Good morning, children. Myself, Kalpana Kothari. So, students, here I am with you, continuing the topic for class 10th Social Science History, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Earlier, we have completed, just before this video, I have discussed with you about the revolutionary figure. Among them, we have discussed about the Giuseppe Mazzini, that how he has spread the idea of nationalist movement and the nationalism with the help of Jacobin Club. सो स्टूडेंट्स, आज हम आगे बात करेंगे हिस्ट्री के उसी चैप्टर के आगे की सब हेडिंग की, जिसका टाइटल है द एज ऑफ रिवोल्यूशंस 1830 to 1848. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, it is very important again, as various type of short question is to be asked in the board examination and the term 1 examination also. Okay, this phase becomes very important because here after the re-establishment of the Bourbon dynasty, as we know that how the Napoleon Bonaparte has been defeated by the four powerful European state. Now they again re-established the Bourbon dynasty. Now we are talking about that after the Bourbon dynasty re-establishment and after the Treaty of Vienna, how the liberal nationalists again start up the feeling of nationalism and they fight for their independent nation state. Okay students, so here we are, the age of revolutions started from 1830 to 1848. In it students, it is very important to understand that after all, what are the steps. With the help of these small points, I am going to discuss with you that what is all about the 1830 revolution, July 1830 revolution in European history. Okay student, so the first is 1815. In 1815 students, conservative regime established. As we know, all the European four powers established the conservatism in 1815 as they defeated the Napoleon Bonaparte in the war of Waterloo. Okay, उसके बाद जो आपके लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट थे 1815 में नेपोलियन के हारने के बाद, जब अगेन मोनार्की सिस्टम इस्टेब्लिश हो गया, तो उसके बाद जो आपके लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट थे, we know that in liberal nationalists, who were the people involved, we know that they were the middle class people, they were the teachers, school teachers, they were the clerks, okay, school going headmaster, professors, all these people were combinedly known as the लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट. ओके, तो जब भी हम इस चैप्टर में लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट वर्ड यूज़ करेंगे स्टूडेंट्स, वो रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा एजुकेटेड एलिट मिडिल क्लास को. ओके, नाउ दैट इन 1815 हाउ द कंजर्वेटिव रेजिम एस्टेब्लिश्ड, वी नो दैट. अब उसके बाद दिस रेजिम्स अपोज बाय द लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट. ऑब्वियसली हु इज़ इन देयर अपोजिशन, जो लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट हैं यूरोप के, वो उसका विरोध करते हैं उस मोनार्की सिस्टम का. देन व्हाट दे डू फाइनली व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द 1830 रिवॉल्यूशन, तो दीज लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट स्टार्टेड इन दिस अपोजिशन द फर्स्ट डिस्टर्बेंस हेल्ड इन 1830. और इसी की सीरीज में जो पहला जो क्रांतिकारी कदम था, जो लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट, इट मीन्स द एलिट मिडिल क्लास पीपल. यू ऑलवेज रिमेंबर, जब भी हम यूरोपियन रिवोल्यूशन की बात करते हैं तो उसमें लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट में आप एजुकेटेड एलिट मिडिल क्लास को नहीं भूलेंगे. ओके, यही वो वर्ग था जिसने फाइट किया अपने अधिकारों के लिए, एक नेशन स्टेट के लिए. ओके, बिकॉज एलिट तो इंजॉइंग द प्रॉस्पेरिटी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ देयर बर्थ एंड लग्जरी. दिस सेक्शन रियली बिलोंग टू द हार्ड वर्किंग क्लास. ओके, एंड दे आर एजुकेटेड ऑल्सो. सो the first thing that what they have done, that in this opposition, the first disturbance held in 1830, what type of disturbance they started, that liberal nationalist overthrown Bourbon dynasty. It is the most important thing. The question is given to you that explain that how the various types of revolution which was held from 1830 to 1848 shape up the feeling of nationalist among the liberal nationalism in Europe. Okay, so anything can be asked to you. You have to remember the concept behind the 1830 revolution. So students, that what they had done, that in their opposition, ये जो लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट थे, इन्होंने सबसे पहले जो बर्बन डायनेस्टी रीस्टैब्लिश की गई थी, उन 4 सुपर पावरफुल जो यूरोपियन स्टेट थे, रशिया, ऑस्ट्रिया, ओके, एंड द अदर 2 of Britain, they all liberal nationalists again overthrew the Bourbon dynasty. Okay, they eradicated the Bourbon dynasty, and what they have done, they established constitutional monarchy with Louis Philippe. This you will remember. The liberal nationalists in 1830, they eradicated the Bourbon dynasty, overthrown once again, and under the Louis Philippe, they established the constitutional monarchy. Although there was a monarchy, but now it has been converted into constitutional monarchy. When we talk about what is constitutional monarchy, क्या होता है कि उसमें जो है राजशाही तंत्र तो है, लेकिन वो जो राजा की जो पावर होती हैं उसको कानून कुछ सीमित कर देता है. ऐसी व्यवस्था को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्की कहा जाता है. बिकॉज यू कैन सी कि मैम यहाँ तो मोनार्की तो वर्ड हम यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो ये कैसे डिफरेंट है अर्लियर मोनार्की सिस्टम से. बिकॉज कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मोनार्की सिस्टम वो व्यवस्था होती है जिसमें राजा तो रहता है, राजा के पास अपनी पावर होती है, लेकिन उसकी कुछ पावर लिमिट कर दी जाती है, कम कर दी जाती है. इट मीन्स राजा भी कानून के आगे जो है कानून को मानने के लिए बाध्य होता है. तो दैट्स वाई दैट liberal nationalists in 1830 they overthrown the Bourbon dynasty and they established the constitutional monarchy with the Louis Philippe. Okay, so Louis Philippe became the head of the state, and the constitutional monarchy system has been established by the liberal nationalists. It was the first step to achieve the republic independent France or the European state. Okay, again it resulted that July Revolution of 1830. Okay, July Revolution of 1830 ultimately resulted that Belgium separated from the United Kingdom of Netherlands and Belgium emerged as an independent state. जो ये जुलाई रेवोल्यूशन था 1830 का यूरोपियन स्टेट में जो ये क्रांति थी लिबरल नेशनलिस्ट के माध्यम से, उसका यह परिणाम हुआ कि जो बेल्जियम जो था, जो कि आपका यूनाइटेड किंगडम ऑफ नीदरलैंड का एक हिस्सा था, अब एक इंडिपेंडेंट स्टेट के रूप में एमर्ज हो गया. तो ये जो है इस तरीके से यू कैन सी दैट स्टेट टू स्टेट द फीलिंग ऑफ नेशनलिज्म स्प्रेडेड एंड द स्मॉल टेरिटरी डेवलप्ड एज themselves as an independent nation state. Okay, so it was a result of the July Revolution of 1830. You will remember that it resulted as a separation of the Belgium as an independent state from the United Kingdom of Netherlands. Okay students, so this is the first incident, the revolution which took place in 1830 in European history. Now we are going one more important thing within this series, the Greek War of Independence. Okay, the Greek War of Independence, what is it? That it, and the time is from 1821 to 1829. Okay, it comes under again with the same period. Okay, as we have seen that the age of revolution in European history started from 1830 to 1848 students. So it is again very important to know about Greek War of Independence. Okay, and the time period is 1821 to 1829. So beta, you can see that Greece was also under the Muslim empire. Okay, and it was since 15th century. जो ग्रीस था वो भी जो था ऑटोमन अम्पायर. इट मीन्स ऑटोमन अम्पायर वॉज जस्ट यू कैन से इट वॉज अ मुस्लिम अम्पायर. तो 15वीं शताब्दी से ग्रीस भी जो था किसके अंतर्गत था, किसकी कमांड में था? मुस्लिम अम्पायर. इट मीन्स ऑटोमन अम्पायर. तो जब मुस्लिम अम्पायर के शासनकाल में ग्रीस जो है वो हो गया, इन्वेड हो गया, तो वहाँ पे उनका राज्य स्थापित हो गया ऑटोमन अम्पायर का, यानी कि मुस्लिम साम्राज्य था. तो अब ग्रीस के जो ग्रीक थे, जो लोग थे, नेटिव थे, वो भी बहुत समय से उनके अंदर भी एक जो था कहीं ना कहीं एहसास था कि उन्हें भी अपनी जो एक आइडेंटिटी है, जो उनका कल्चरल हेरिटेज है, चाहे उनकी अपनी लैंग्वेज हो, ग्रीक लैंग्वेज हो, उनके अपने त्यौहार हो, उनके अपने फेस्टिवल्स हों, उनकी अपनी भाषा हो, उससे वो कहीं ना कहीं कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ कर रहे थे. दे वर ऑल फोर्स्ड ओके टू अडॉप्ट ऑल द कल्चरल एक्टिविटीज़ विच यूज टू बी हैपन इन द मुस्लिम culture. Okay, Muslim culture. So that's why since 15th century Greece was a part of Ottoman Empire. It means Muslim Empire. 15वीं शताब्दी से ग्रीक क्या था, जो ग्रीस था वो एक मुस्लिम ऑटोमन अम्पायर का एक हिस्सा था. Now how the Greece and the Greek people started to fight for their separate nation state to preserve their cultural heritage as they were enjoying earlier before the 15th century. Growth of nationalist movements also inspired the Greeks from 1821. So they started to spread to make them strengthen with the feeling of nation state from 1821. 1821 से ही ग्रीक लोग भी अपनी आइडेंटिटी और अपनी पुरानी खोई हुई जो पहचान थी उसके लिए फिर से फाइट करने के लिए वो इंस्पायर हो रहे थे. ओके, एंड इन दिस स्पिरिट और इसी भावना के साथ इन दिस स्पिरिट some European and poets also supported the Greeks to preserve their own cultural heritage against Muslim empire. और ऐसा नहीं था कि सिर्फ ग्रीक लोग, जो ग्रीस के लोग थे वही चाहते थे अपने कल्चरल हेरिटेज को बचाना. उनका साथ देने के लिए बहुत से अदर यूरोपियन लोग भी जो थे बहुत ही सेंटिमेंटल थे और वो भी चाहते थे कि ग्रीक जो है, जो उसमें रहने वाले जो लोग हैं, वो अपनी खोई हुई जो उनकी सभ्यता है, जो उनका कल्चर है, उसके लिए वो लड़े. इसलिए उन्होंने जो यूरोपियन लोग थे उन्होंने ग्रीक लोगों का इस फाइट में, इस रिवोल्यूशन में उनका साथ दिया. ओके, और उनमें कुछ स्टोरी टेलर थे, कुछ साहित्यकार थे और कुछ आपके इंग्लिश पोएट. ओके, और उसमें बहुत ज़रूरी नाम आ जाता है इंग्लिश पोएट लॉर्ड बायरन का. ओके, व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द ग्रीक वॉर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस, so you will always remember the contribution of Lord Byron, who was an English poet, and he supported the idea of nation state to support the Greek people so that they can fight for their own cultural, to preserve their cultural heritage, and he had taken part in the Greek war of independence also. Lord Byron ने अपनी भूमिका अपनी कविताओं के माध्यम से ग्रीक वार ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस में लोगों को प्रेरित किया और साथ ही उसमें उस वार में, उस युद्ध में भाग भी लिया. और वहीं उनकी बुखार होने से, उनकी तबीयत खराब होने से लॉर्ड बायरन की मृत्यु जो है 1824 में ही हैज़ बीन डाइड. ओके, तो इट इज़ द, यू कैन से दैट हाउ द कल्चर और यू कैन से द पोएट, वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ इंग्लिश पोएट एंड द ड्रामेटिस्ट वर सपोर्टिंग to the Greek people to secure their cultural identity. Okay, so you will remember the Lord Byron. Okay, because when you give such type of name in your answer, definitely your answer become more authentic, because history is all about dates, time, century and the prominent figure. Okay, so if the question in NCERT also in any type of examination, don't focus only NCERT or your board examination. Students, when you are studying something, जब आप कुछ पढ़ते हो तो आप सिर्फ इसलिए नहीं पढ़ते हो कि क्या आ सकता है एग्ज़ाम में, आप उसको स्टडी करते हो, उसको उसका लिंक इस्टेब्लिश करते हो प्रीवियस टॉपिक से, सो दैट आपको एक सीरीज़ में इवेंट्स और उसकी जो रीजंस हैं और उसके जो इफेक्ट हैं वो आपको याद रहें. ओके, सो इट इज़ as for the examination purpose, it can be asked as a 3 marks question that write down a short note on Greek war of independence. So you have to write down all these points in a very bullet points. Okay, now that the Lord Byron also supported the Greek people to fight for their cultural heritage, to preserve their own cultural identity from the Muslim empire or Muslim religion. And at last that the Treaty of Constantinople of 1832, remember, it was the second treaty having the same name, because the first treaty of Constantinople of 1813 एक 1813 में भी हुई थी, द ट्रेटी ऑफ कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल, और वो ट्रेटी हुई थी बुल्गारिया और जो ऑटोमन अम्पायर के बीच. ओके, जिसमें उन दोनों ने समझौता किया था यूरोप का कितना पार्ट बुल्गारिया के पास होगा और कितना जो है ऑटोमन अम्पायर के पास होगा. द सेम नेम, बट इट वॉज द ट्रेटी ऑफ कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल ऑफ 1813, 1813 की. और जब हम बात कर रहे हैं ग्रीक वार ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस, ओके, तो ये एट लास्ट द ट्रेटी ऑफ कॉन्स्टेंटिनोपल ऑफ 1832, ठीक है, 1832 में रीऑर्गेनाइज एंड अंडर इट द ग्रीस एमर्ज्ड एज एन इंडिपेंडेंट नेशन इन यूरोप. तो 1832 आते आते जो ग्रीक जो लोग थे और जो ग्रीस था वो भी एमर्ज हो गया एज एन इंडिपेंडेंट नेशन के रूप में. तो यही है आपका एज ऑफ रिवोल्यूशन, दैट कैसे 1830 से 1848 के बीच जो डिफरेंट पार्ट्स थे जो कि अंडर द मोनार्की सिस्टम थे और या जो ऑटोमन अम्पायर के अंतर्गत थे, कैसे इंडिपेंडेंट स्टेट के रूप में एमर्ज हुए, कैसे वहाँ के लोगों ने फाइट किया विद द फीलिंग ऑफ नेशनलिस्ट or with the feeling of national liberal nationalism, and they fight to preserve their own identity and to preserve their cultural identity for the future generation. Okay, तो यही आपको याद रखना है students. And one more thing, that if you have studied all these two topics in the video, then the benefit of this video that you have to, after watching the video, you have to practice the question also, as I will tell you that how on this topic the two question can be given to you. Okay, now I am telling you that how you have to prepare after every topic, students. Okay, that you have to prepare some questions by your own which should be related to the given topic or described topic in the explanation. Okay, suppose we have covered two topics in this video. So they can ask you the variety of question. They can ask you the long question also, and they can ask you the so many objective question also. Okay, for example, you have studied two topics. Okay, first you have studied about the age of revolution. The age of revolution. Okay, the age of revolution, which has been started from 1830 to 1848. So for an objective question, they can ask you that who were converted the monarchy system, who were converted the monarchy system into constitutional monarchy in France. Okay, so your answer will be, who were they? They were liberal nationalist. But when you write down the liberal nationalist in your answer, you will define that what category of the people we are involving in the liberal nationalist. So your answer will be the liberal nationalist. The liberal nationalist, it means including elite middle class. Elite middle class means professors, school teachers, clerks, etc. were converted the monarchy system into constitutional system in constitutional monarchy. Okay, you will write down constitutional monarchy, not only constitutional system, student. Constitutional monarchy in France. Okay, so it is a slightly, and I want to give you the example that never limit your mind that whatever you are studying, only one pattern of question will be given to you. Okay, you have to remember the variety of the question will be given to you, can be given to you as far as the examination is concerned. Okay, and this chapter is coming in your term 1 examination in October. In November you will be CBSE, in all CBSE school the class 10th term 1 examination will be there, and the pattern is also changed. Okay, now the 40 marks question paper will be here for 10th class as a term 1, Earlier you used to give the 80 marks. So there are so many changes. I will prepare a separate video for that after the completion of this chapter. Okay, I will make you the video, make for your video where I will discuss about the pattern, changing pattern of the question paper for class 10th SST. Okay, that what type of pattern you have to follow in your upcoming term 1 examination. Okay students, so it is the objective question. Again they can ask you from the same topic, they can ask you the question that for 3 marks they can ask you write the short note on the following. Write a short note on the following. Okay, they can give you the July Revolution, of 1830. Okay, yes, they can ask you the write a short note on the July Revolution of 1830. You know that July Revolution of 1830, that it is all about how the liberal nationalists joined together and they overthrew the Bourbon dynasty. Okay, and they again converted. They overthrew the Bourbon dynasty and they established the constitutional monarchy. Okay, and after that the Belgium also emerged as an independent state. It has been separated from the United Netherlands. Okay, South United Netherlands. तो in this way that always remember कि आप जो भी पढ़ रहे हैं, ओके, आप जो भी सुन रहे हैं वीडियो में, उसके लिए तैयार रखिए कि आपको कितना याद रहता है. आप ये भी देखिए कि वो कितने तरीके से पूछा जा सकता है. इस स्किल को कहते हैं फ्रेमिंग ऑफ क्वेश्चन. डोंट बी फिक्स्ड ओनली फॉर द नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चन. अनलिमिटेड वे द क्वेश्चन कैन बी गिवन टू यू. Okay, so if you go in detail in the topic, so there will be everything okay, that you will be able to answer any question in any form. Okay, now they can ask you that write a short note on the Greek War of Independence. Okay, can ask you the both topic we have covered. Okay, within these topics they can give so many objective question. Okay, they can for example MCQ. If we talk about MCQ, so the two topic we have covered, they can ask you the MCQ. I am just giving an example for the practice purpose, that who was the constitutional monarch of France. Okay, who were the constitutional monarch? Who were the constitutional monarch after overthrow of Bourbon dynasty. Okay, they can ask you various objective question, that who was the constitutional monarch after the overthrow of the Bourbon dynasty. Option A, they can give you Louis XVI. They can ask you that they can give you the option B, they can give you John Byron, or C, they can give you the John Philip. Okay, so you have watched the video, you have discussed that how the liberal nationalists overthrew the Bourbon dynasty and they have converted the area, Bourbon dynasty area, into a constitutional monarchy, and under whom? John Philip. So what option will be correct? Option C will be correct. So this is the way that the various type of question can be framed. Okay, so students, up till now in this video we have discussed two topics. In the further video I will discuss the romanticism, that how the feeling of nationalism has been supported with the lots of creative people, which included the artist, painter, poets, folk teller, storyteller, and it is all about that romanticism, the role of romanticism in the nationalism spirit in Europe. Okay, it will be our next topic. Till then, take care, good luck, and God bless you.